They go down there and do the show. He so big and be comfortable. Yeah, with nothing. It's something in my house. With nothing. You ain't got nothing. This was given to you. Nigga, what did you buy? This granddaddy wasn't given to him? Go ahead and lie, Pops. You bought this. If I give it to me, we been paying rent since you ain't been paying rent. He ain't been paying rent. My granddaddy's been paying rent. You have not been. I ain't been paying nothing. I ain't been paying nothing. No, Pops. She said it. So late. I ain't did so late. I ain't did so late. I ain't been trying to put me in this. I'm not in this. She said you said it. Ain't nobody scared of you. She said you said it.
Oh, something did run upstairs.
Yeah, what? You gave 400 on the third. And what? I was paying the lights and gas $150 and paying the water $150. So what? I was giving the man $650 while he was giving me water.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank y'all for the gift.
Now he cried because
Thank y'all for grabbing y'all heart.
I ain't giving him shit. What you got paid? Electrical box that still don't work? Cause you ain't got no hot water. You ain't got no fucking working sink. That's not
Wait a minute. Wait. Now, she just said they ain't got no hot water, but ain't that why she was living over there? Because she said she didn't have no hot water.
She said her furnace, she needed a furnace and
a hot water tank. And a hot water tank. Now she just said they ain't got no hot water.
Or no working sink. And no toilet.
Jesus be offense, Lord. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know it's for.
But you ain't got a fee. But you ain't got a fee, but you ain't paid rent in 2 months.
I don't have to.
Why? Because that electric box cost you a arm and a leg? Bullshit.
No. Not only that, you think you know, but you don't know shit.
I'm glad I don't. I'm glad this is not my record.
No.
I'm glad this is not
Because you talking all that shit and thinking people don't say nothing to me.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I said to you.
Why?
The fuck?
You ain't saying shit to me.
You ain't been shit. You ain't been shit.
Why?
Whispering about what into a bum-ass daddy that did shit and still go?
Why?
The fuck? Everybody else want to tiptoe around.
Ain't nobody tiptoeing shit.
You don't scare me. Let me the fuck
else. Why?
Pause it really quickly. What I find interesting when they're not screaming, not yelling, this is just a different level of disrespect that I noticed, that she's stumping and clanking around and she sees that her grandfather's watching TV and it's like she's almost like purposefully trying to agitate the grandfather to say something, right? Even though he kept mentioning, don't put me in this, don't put me in this. She's purposefully making noise. You know, when we were little and our moms and dads would do that to wake us up and shit, which is, again, has a lot to do with like post-traumatic slave disorder, but she's doing this to her grandfather. She's like purposely agitating, like the loud slapping with her, she's like, some slides, she grabbed like the little small bags of chips and she's putting them, she's like grabbing them and putting them. And it's like, she's purposely making extra noise just to be, I don't know if anyone else caught that, but that was my observation.
It's agitating him or trying to get his attention to stand on her side, like to get an ally. That's what I took from it. Is like, you know, if I agitate him a little bit, then maybe I got an ally. So now, you know, it's 2 against 1.
He might say something.
He might say something, you know, because she did say, my grandparents raised me. Now let me show you who they raised. So.
Still a lot of walking
My
around.
grandfather appears to only have one arm. As well too, so I don't know. But on here it looks like he got two arms, but on the post.
Right. Why don't I just take the bag yonder instead of walking back and forth?
Yeah, so no, so what I am doing, I'm fast forwarding the clip because the person in question is a lot of back and forth, just grabbing things, walking back and forth, grabbing things, walking back and forth. So that's why y'all hear is being sped up. A lot of fluff, which is why y'all hear is being sped up. Oh, thank you.
For the line.
One more time, then I'm gonna hush. I'm gonna put yapping. Just another thing I observed. She said that on Miss Meeker's live, she said she had been with her father since she was 18, but she started off this live saying she's only been there 30 days. So what's the truth? And where has she been floating? Which households has she been floating in and out of? You know what I mean? Like, because it seems like the father also lives with the grandpa, right? Father lives with the grandpa. So has she been living? Like what is the level of her housing? Is my question for her. Like, where have you been staying from 18 to 26? Because she seems like she's very ambiguous about where she lives, and so that's kind of where. And then she's
Well,
like,
she got kids, so maybe her baby daddy, because on the post she does shout him out. You know, I went to the baby daddy post too. Yeah, I'm nosy. But anyway, I went to the baby daddy page too. So maybe during that time, if she was having her kids, and maybe because she got mad pictures of them together, walking down runways together and stuff. So maybe they cohabitated.
Thank y'all for the guests. Thank you for grabbing your daily
Definitely
heart.
those goals.
that boy, he gonna make a record. Damn.
Yeah, that's some grandpa that's on the post. I think definitely got two different things.
What's in the bucket?
Leave the refrigerator how we found it. Nothing. Because this is what his dad lived off of. This is what he let.
All right, let me wait because I let me bring it back a little bit. Okay, there we go.
What's in the bucket?
Here we go.
Leave the refrigerator how we found it. Nothing. Because this is what him and his dad lives off of. This is what he let my granddad live off of. Look at this shit.
They're gonna scrap.
That scared the shit out of me. I literally
They're gonna scrap.
over here.
Okay.
Bitch, that scared the shit out of me.
Look, nosy.
Bitch, I jumped too.
Leave the refrigerator how we found it. Nothing.
Okay, here it comes, nosy. Here it comes.
Nothing. Because this is what him and his dad lives off of. This is what he let my granddad
Right
live
here,
off
right
of.
here.
Look at this shit.
I know that was a damn
But
kitten.
you own this. You live in this.
But you did too. You could have took the broom.
Okay. I don't care about none of that shit, family. Y'all told me don't say nothing. Don't do nothing. I was minding my business. All day today, minding my business. Took care of everything I needed to take care of for my house.
Thank y'all for the heart music.
Y'all got all your stuff? Y'all got all your stuff? Y'all got all your stuff? But you don't got, Mama.
Thank y'all.
I don't give a fuck what you want to do. You don't take care of them. You take care of them by yourself. You don't take care of them.
Thank you.
Showbiz, I'm waiting for the police. I'm waiting for them.
Thank you.
There ain't nothing to be sorry about. I'm sorry that you even gotta see this side of your grandbaby. There ain't nothing to be sorry about, cause baby. Cause he a bum ass. I keep telling you that. Y'all think he's such a great ass fucking dad. Like he do something. Now you wanna be out there pleasing to your mom.
Thank you. Just speeding up.
Just for the work of that phone, so.
Here come the phone call.
Real. You ain't got shit else to your name but a motherfucking grill. And that's what you come in here complaining about.
Oh, somebody in her comments said, poor granddad, his feelings hurt. I didn't see that. Yeah, Papa the real victim.
Thank y'all for the gifts. Thank you.
Welcome to Damien Show.
You see that, Cody? Yep. But do you see the nails? Bye, laugh.
Two iPhones, no water. My Lord.
Thank you.
I just want to give you a heads up that you and my nigga might 9 for about 10 have to come bail me out of jail because he came here fucking with me again today. I called the police, but I'm in here tearing his shit up. I don't give a fuck because my granddaddy and them said they want. Then my granddaddy and them said they want a barbecue today for Sunday dinner. So I barbecue. So this bitch came in here yelling and throwing my shit outside his house over a fucking grill. So you wanna throw? He just threw all my clothes and stuff outside. So you wanna play with me? Now I'm going to play with you. It don't matter. The police is on their way.
That's where the live ended.
Clip 2, right? Now, y'all heard what happened before that creator got their before the news station got there. But okay, if you feel like that wasn't enough, and yeah, I can't help but to shake my head. I'm not even gonna lie. If that don't make it any better, then the person in question goes into another creators panel. Before I play this clip, when a case is open, someone who's been arrested, if you ever experienced being arrested, what do they usually advise you to do? What do they advise you to do? Anyone know?
To shut the fuck up.
Don't talk. So far, we heard the creator who admits to shrapnel, the creator family member involved, says that they're going to need bail. But if that wasn't enough, let's hear what happens when the person in question goes to another creator's platform. All right, so they're listening to the clip as well. We're gonna fast forward. They're listening to the part where she says she's going to be going to jail.
That's it. That's how this show ends. So respectfully, ma'am, I know you're in the room, but I'm just going to be truthful with you. It's on the internet. It's public's eye. It's up for discussion. You can't go live and say, I want the world to know, and then come back to your screen and say, welcome to the show. So I'm not going to disrespect you, but I'm here to talk about it. So, yes, let's hear from the panel, y'all. Poetic, boo, y'all.
I don't know what to say. I didn't expect that, honestly.
Matter of fact, let's get past this part.
FWA, was protecting her daughter. So I don't know what happened after that. If there was physical altercation after that. She did call the police 3 times. But I just wonder if there was physical altercation, because I was thinking in my mind that, her mom went into fight or flight response. The precortex of the brain that takes over the nursing, that takes over, that deals with the reasoning, just clicks off, and the person does not think logically. So I just wondered if there was physical.
Okay. The person in question is now in the panel. Let's hear what happened.
I don't know if she was joking or for real, but her younger daughter said her mama did a drive-by and pew-pew got inside the car. No, and they were talking about it online.
Hello, everyone. Hello, I am the young lady in the video, and yes, I am 9 months pregnant, and a lot of y'all questions are trying to figure out what led up to my life. A lot of things led up to my life. No, I never threatened my father. No, my mother never threatened my father before leading up to whatever FWA spoke to on her life, because I have no aware of it because I have been off of social media.
She says she snapped.
Thank y'all for the ones that are, signaling that I have a healthy delivery. I do deliver a baby in 3 weeks with all of this going on. But a long story short, before this live had went on, me and my father had some altercation and some words. Now, my dad has not been there for me none of my life. So when I became grown, I reached out on my own to become a part of my father's world. Because again,
and you don't have to tell. I don't want you to feel like you have to tell us your business.
I am perfectly fine.
Shout out to that creator. that creator says, I don't want you to feel like you need to tell us your business. In that moment, the person in question had an out. They could have left right then and there. They did not have to do what? Speak. For those of you who are new here, and again, we are doing so great with the engagement. Here in Accountability Court, we are going to discuss things that has happened and been brought to TikTok. No matter what it is, we're going to discuss it. If it's a hot topic, we're going to talk about it. The people in question, we're not requiring them to be here to speak to their case, but it will be discussed. The jurors that are on jury duty, they are going to take the information, listen, and then make a decision, aka come up with a verdict. Simple. There will be Sundays that we have a panel of jurors, and there will be Sundays where the jury will just be in the audience, and that is okay. All right? But shout out to that creator making it clear that the person in question did not have to speak on it.
26 years old. I am grown.
26. Okay.
I'm grown. Okay. My mother is going to forever stand behind her children. That is what she do. That's what she do. But I'm going to also stand behind my parents. It does not matter what the situation is. Did it go too far that night? Yes, it did. But at the end of the day, every adult a part of that situation take their accountability, including me. I went live so everyone can see the shit that my father does to me, because I have been, again, if y'all found that live, that means y'all found my page. I have been complaining and saying things about my father for a very long time. Even a week prior to this going on, I said, I'm glad that my two favorite people are here to watch the fact that you just put your hands on me. So if y'all seen the live, that means y'all done stroll my page to see everything else.
Well, yes, I'm not gonna lie. When it got sent to me, I went on your page. I've been on your page, your daddy page, and his brother page. If I could have found your mama, I'd have probably been over there. I'm not gonna lie to you, sister. I'm not like I tell everyone, I'm not a fan of messy TikTok because I stay to myself. I be in my own zone. I be in my own world. That is just what it is. Now, was it brought to messy TikTok because of my mother's name? Yes. Okay. It is. Your mother brought it to TikTok. Yes, it's okay. It's okay. Well, I'm going to say this to you. I wouldn't even say so much up here because your story is what led to your mom pupilling your father. So you have to be careful what you say. We can talk about it all day. And I'm not going to say much because there's not much to say. Me and my brother had an altercation. It went too far. We didn't have altercations for years. I'm 26. I'd have been back in my dad's life since I moved in with him when I was 18. And that's what I'm telling you. You see, that's what, listen to me, young lady. Constructive criticism. You see how you just said we've had altercation for years. What made this one different? They're going to look at that. When you go to court, when their mom has to face these charges, they're going to look at that this was no different than any other situation, and she shot your father. And she said on the internet, basically in the back, if he had to get anything out his back, he was not a threat. So to get on the internet and to want to defend a bunch of people that's going to have an opinion is not going to help your mother when she has to take a plea, say guilty, not guilty. And I'm just telling you, protect your mom and what she's going through, and we going to do what we do on the internet. Okay, if y'all going to show that video, block me and my baby out of it. I don't care how long the video goes. I haven't seen, that's the end of the video. That's all. There's not, what other video at? Because we want to see that one. There's no other video. I'm saying if y'all going to be streaming my live, because apparently you're not the first one streaming my live.
No, it's all, baby, it's all over TikTok. It's all on the blogs now.
Yeah, we can see your kids.
And I'm going to give you a heads up. I would drop because there's a lady that does not like your mama, period. And she has already recorded, and she's probably in here, and she has already recorded most of what she from that Facebook post.
At that point, the person in question drops out of the panel. That is where we are now. Y'all have all evidence. everything that happened. This is not just TikTok. This is someone's real life. Okay? I'm only going to ask one time. Vloggers, y'all are doing great. I need 8 people to come up and be a juror. If 8 people do not request up, the vloggers are going to stay right where they are at. And we are going to proceed on, okay? Now, y'all saying there is a 911 call. Where is that information? All right, so far I see 6. Actually, I see 5. 3 more people. If we are going to discuss it, we are going to have a full panel discussing it. Yeah, this is really a case for real. Like, this ain't no bullshit. All right, vloggers, y'all know what it is. When we get done discussing the situation, I will bring y'all back up, okay? All right, it looked like 2 people done dropped down, so hold on. I need y'all to request in.
Hey, Bella, thank you. Good morning.
Absolutely. Thank y'all for coming in.
Good morning.
Good day to you. Thank you for coming in.
Good morning.
All right. Everybody that requested up, y'all are here to be jurors?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure we all on the same page. Welcome in. All right. Yes, you did miss the news clip. That was the first clip that I played. If y'all happen to miss anything that was said today, feel free to make sure y'all catch it on the vloggers. The vloggers will be... Hold on. Did you request that? Hold on. Vloggers are back. Oh, wait, hold on. You gotta give me a chance to let you up. Are you here to be a juror, Big Mama?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Dang, talking about you ready to cuss me out. Give me a chance to bring you in here. Okay. So there is a little bit of feedback, so it might be my mic. If it is, I'll just make sure I mute. If y'all was here and y'all heard all of the information, I would like for y'all to speak to it. All right, so we are 2 people down. All right, so Kimberly, I'm not sure if you're requesting that to be a juror. But yeah, no, if we are not able to have a full panel, respectfully, I will gladly make sure that we have, we just go ahead and have the audience speak to the case. That is not a problem. Okay. Kimberly, are you here to be a juror? I want to make sure.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we have the jurors. A lot of y'all look like new faces to me. Welcome in, okay? This particular case here, we did name the case today. Hold on. Consequence of yes men. All right? In this particular situation, we have a creator that we know that is currently out on bond, okay? Apparently, there was an altercation that took place with that creator's family member. The creator went over there to protect the family member and ended up discharging a weapon. All right. Now that y'all heard the information, I am going to mute. Y'all will deliberate amongst each other. Make sure that y'all have all the information that is needed, that y'all was taking notes, and we are speaking to the facts only of what you heard in those clips. Oh, good to see you, Auntie Tracy. All right. I'm going to go ahead and mute. Y'all can go ahead and come off your mic.
Okay.
Morning, everybody. Morning.
Good morning.
Okay. The daughter didn't give her mother the correct information. And also there were other clips that we heard from the mother, and where the bottom line was the daughter didn't give the mother the full information. And the mother, go ahead, Toya.
I thought you, no, I'll
No,
let
I'm
you
just saying
finish.
she didn't give the mother the full information. I understand where she said she was protecting her daughter. However, she should have let the police intervene instead of her taking justice into her own hands and going there with a pew-pew. That was the wrong thing for her to do, to go there with the pew-pew. And pew-pewing him in the back definitely was the wrong thing to do. Go ahead, Toya.
So I 100% agree that the daughter did not give all of the information. I believe that the daughter had a motive the entire time. She did not call the police like she said she did, because the police would have definitely been there before she got off that live. The police would have definitely been there when she was calling her mom. She told her mom, y'all better get here because the police is going to take me to jail. So by her saying that, she knew that she was the aggressor. The dad walked upstairs several times trying to defuse the situation. My thing is, you grabbed 101 garbage bags, putting clothes in. If your clothes were already on the front lawn, why are you grabbing so many garbage bags to get clothes? I thought he threw your clothes out. So what are you waiting on? And if your life is in danger, if he does so many things to you, at this point, I think I'll just leave for the night, get a restraining order, have the police come back with me so I can get my children and I things the next day. So, but you call your mom.
One moment, please. We got Nosy in the building, and she sent a gift. Is this coming already?
Girl, what?
Bloggers, did y'all get that? Bloggers.
Write that shit down. Write it down.
Nosy. What? Okay, thank you.
Okay, Nosy.
Write it down, Nosy. She woke.
I'll get W's in the chat for the courthouse. Okay, we doing something right today if Nosy in here.
Yeah.
Look, I'm finna wrap it up so everybody else can go. Okay, so my thing is the mom, in my opinion, should have. She can come save her daughter because I know people will protect their children at whatever age. I think she was wrong for bringing her husband as the driver. No, you drive and go get your daughter. I believe that she tried to involve him, and definitely if he was pew-pewed in the back, it's no justifying that, because when somebody's back is turned, they are no longer a threat to you. And the thing is, everybody has a mouth. You can say whatever you want with your mouth. And if he was talking just like the mom, we know she has a mouth. So she was probably calling him everything but the son of God. And he probably said some choice words back to her. And I think that she's just really high-headed and she just couldn't take it. And I rest right there. Guilty.
Moving on next, I agree with everything that has already been said. What saddens me with this case, I see a lot of family dysfunction. And the real victims here are the children and that great-grandfather that was there. That's elder abuse every day. Every day. Child abuse and elder abuse is what we have witnessed. And that's just sad. And I don't think anyone should have been hurt. If you were coming to get your daughter and protect her, come and get her and remove her from the house. Not become violent and try to kill somebody.
Unalive.
Unalive.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
well, hold on. I do want to be clear. If you have spoken as a juror and somebody's requesting up, I'm just going to have them come up, speak real quick, and then you can take your place back, okay? But y'all continue.
Okay, Miss Kimberly, you done?
Hi, y'all. Hello, everybody.
Okay. Hey, Rob, how you doing?
Morning.
Okay, it's my goal. I'm just gonna say this. A couple of things that's for me. Friends, I'm sorry that I really feel that your daughter caused all of this. And one thing about a daughter, because I have 2 grown daughters myself, that they know how their mother is. She know that you was gonna come the way that you come. She knew that. That's why she contacted you like that. And I feel that she was wrong for that. She was wrong for that. And another thing that I want to ask her so bad, how do you want us to respect your children and take your children out of a video and you ask for the respect, but you curse the father out? You curse the grandfather. You going off, young lady, on them, you know what I'm saying? And then post that video like that. And that's what I didn't understand. I didn't understand that you want us to respect them, but you didn't even respect them. Not one time did you respect them. And it's crazy to me. That was crazy to me. And I'm sorry that all of this even happened, because I'm a grandmother and I know she's going to miss her grandkids once all of this do come ahead. Go ahead, next.
I think that this is a very nuanced situation. Good morning, guys. I think that what did we really expect for FWA to do if her 8-month pregnant daughter called her and gave her the story that was given to her? Anybody would have pulled up. Well, from what I hear from MessyTok, everybody don't play about their kids. They don't play about their family. They putting up on people. They put in BTA. Now FWA pull up and put BTA, and not everybody's surprised. Not everybody would have dragged FWA. I'm not understanding. Now I will say that the child should not have been in the car with FWA. I don't agree that she shouldn't have took her husband, because that's a husband. Why wouldn't her husband? I don't really agree with that. If the daughter, not really sure how true the story is, was physically assaulted by her father as an adult and 8 months pregnant, why wouldn't she be cussing him out? I guess I'm a little bit confused on that one.
So before you go any further, Brats, I would just like to ask the panel and the audience, at any time in the clip, did we hear the child in question mention that the father put his hands on her during the lie that she had at his house?
No.
Not one time.
Absolutely
Not one time.
No.
You may continue, Brats.
Yes. So I just think that FWA went over there, and no, she didn't call the police. We all understand that that was not a smart thing to do, but she went over there in mama bear mode thinking that she was defending her daughter. I think that she's going to have to do some type of time. And I think that that's very unfortunate. But as far as the court of public opinion, I don't really feel like FWA was really wrong or should have been dragged. I feel like she went over there with the intention of protecting her daughter. I agree that there is elder abuse occurring, and also that there is child abuse occurring. And that's it. And I don't care if y'all mad.
Okay. I made sure to write down exactly what was said from the child in question. She said, "Ain't nobody scared of you." She also said, "You don't scare nobody." Quote,
Aggressor. The daughter's the aggressor.
My turn.
Yeah.
I just feel like friends with attitude should have never got on the internet telling up all her business. I feel like the daughter was dead wrong for lying, especially knowing how her mama is. And I feel like the daughter should be locked up for lying, 8 months or pregnant or not, but
Good morning, y'all. I agree with everybody that's on the panel. It's a sad situation, and the real victims in the situation is the grandpa and the kids. I also feel like the daughter knew how her mom would react, and she provoked it. She poked and lied and got that reaction out of her mother. And that is why her daddy got almost unalive, because of her actions.
So I want to say this, right? Because I listened to the story from the very beginning up until that video. The daughter, she's angry. She's very angry. Why she's angry, we don't know. This is a case of guilty parenting. Because if you listen to what the daughter said, I was raised by my grandparents, right? So now I know my mom is trying to make it right with me. So now let me use what I can to what I need.
Yep.
Right? So if I call my mom if I call my mother at 2-3 o'clock in the morning, by the time she get here, she will analyze the situation. She's not gonna squeeze first and ask questions last. Right? Also, the daughter contradicted herself. When she was on Miss Nietzsche panel, she said she was living with her father since she was 18. Then in the video, she said, I've been on my own. I just needed to stay here for a month for the furnace and whatever, the hot water.
Write it down, Bella. Write it down.
Yeah. So I think this is a case of guilty parenting. I'm going to pop for you because I wasn't there for you. That's all.
Clock it. Is it my turn now?
Thank you for your patience, Drag Queen. What did you want to ask or add?
Okay, thank you. Hey, everybody. I do agree with Tattletale. Everything she said. And Tattletale actually answered. I thought it was Sadari. I didn't want to call no names. I thought that was your voice. I didn't want to call no names though and call you out. But I agree with everything you said because you asked the question, then you answered it. The child is angry because she wasn't raised by neither of her parents. She was raised by her grandparents. So that's why she was angry. She said, I'm going to show you who my grandparents raised. So even though she was raised with her grandparent, she still have the nature of her mother. And she's lashing out at everybody. Because to me, the man that I saw in the video, he's the victim. That man was calm and trying to de-escalate everything, but she continued to antagonize that man. And he held some restraint, baby, because if my child ever think she gonna be in my house talking to me like that, oh no, baby, we gonna have a problem. So he did her a very bare minimum by throwing her shit outside, if that's what he did. When I was scrolling the young girl's page, I did notice that she said somebody hit her. And from what I gather, she was accusing the father of hitting her maybe 5 days ago. But if that's the case, why didn't FWA go defend her child when he actually put hands on her 5 days ago? If you're going to do something, why would you spend $20,000 on a lawyer when you could have spent $300-400 to get the furnace and whatever else needed to be fixed in the house? So now we're here. So I actually think she was being a crash dummy and not using the emotional intelligence. Cause like Sadari said, she's trying to make up for everything that she didn't do for the child in that child's life. That child is very angry. But I mean, my children tell me, but at a certain age, you can't take out what you dealt with in your childhood on your parents. It's time to grow up because you're a child and also a mother. So you can't continue to blame your parents. You have to take responsibility for your own life. So I agree with everything Sadari said. That pew pew that man got in the back was just to stand up for her daughter to say, look, I'm a mother. No, you was being a fool. You was being the same fool you was when you didn't raise your child. You was a fool then and you a fool now. Because now you finna have to pay so much more. Why can we ask the question of why the daughter didn't go stay with FWA since FWA is this capping mama? Why she didn't
Go stay with her baby daddy.
Clock
Go stay
in.
with her
And
baby
yep, that
daddy.
too.
Her baby
Frankly,
daddy
go stay
probably
with
not
the baby
around.
daddy.
Her baby
But
daddy
then y'all
probably
hear
not around and
FWA
they
say
friends
you
with
can
other
always come
kids.
home. You know you can always come home. You know you can always stay here. And the daughter kind of paused like, are you capping
Yeah.
for your life?
But
And then
yeah,
she just
because my
had to keep on
because
asking her
one
again.
look at
You
this.
know you can come home.
To the young lady who was talking about kind of defending FWA, why would a good mother, send her child to a home that doesn't have water, doesn't have a tub, having cracks and all of these other things? Why would a good mother, that you pretending that she was because she popped somebody in the back? Good mothers don't pop people in the back. Good mama's gonna go there and ask questions and then maybe check some bitches later. But they not
Facts.
gonna just go there capping in the back. Cause there's penalties to pay from shooting
I
under
definitely wouldn't have
pew somebody in the
went
back.
live. I definitely wouldn't have went live and cleared up
So
a fuck
y'all,
thing.
a furnace is for hot water, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so she could have stayed her ass at home because she said that that's the only thing that she was waiting on for her new home is for the furnace to be there. Now you just said it's your daddy and your papa house. You don't have any hot water. You don't have none at home either. So she could have stayed at home. So that's my thing. What did you go over there for? You went over there to start. You are confusion. And then that's not her first time doing that because the grandpa was sitting there and kept on saying, don't put me in it. Don't put me in it. That's not his first time hearing them go back and forth, argue like that.
She said something about the
She is her
last two
mother's
months you
child.
ain't pay no rent or something.
And
Like you ain't
also,
gave the last 2 months.
But the
And then talking about the
aggressor
house
is the
nasty, but
daughter.
you been there for 30 days. You could have started cleaning up. What
Exactly.
you waiting on? You a woman? Clean up.
also,
You walking around on that dirty floor with no shoes on. You just as nasty.
With your children there. With your
I also want
children
Right.
to point
there.
out. I also want to point out the kids are probably used to this behavior because there was no crying in the background or none of that. They knew they
Nothing.
were scared to even open their mouths.
Yeah, because friends probably always screaming at them, trying to make it seem like she, grandma and mama of the year. Girl, no, you ain't raised that little girl since she was little. That girl probably has abandonment issues and all types of stuff. The way that little girl was talking to her, I don't even think that she respects friends as her mom, for real, for real. And I think that's part of the issue. She went over there starting stuff because she wanted her mama to be in jail. She want her mama to pay for the fact of, bitch, you ain't been around this whole time. Excuse me for cussing.
I agree. That's why I said this is a case of guilty parenting.
Yep,
And
and
I'm
it's more like, how can you sit over here and tell me to be a child and listen to you when you ain't raised me my whole life? You don't do nothing for me. So who is you?
and I want to get back to FWA and her, even at her age, her poor decision making. You say you have all these businesses, you have a husband, you have two other young children that you also have to be responsible for. Like for her to think to solve this situation is to go there with the pew pew. You have time when you're driving over there to think about what you're going to do. Instead of thinking of solving the problem with words, you go over there with the pew pew, not thinking about your own life, the people who are in the car with you, and the people pulling out the pew pew from the car because they impounded her car. That could have hit a neighbor, that could have hit the grandfather, anybody else in that car.
One of the children.
Yep, one of her grandchildren. There's so many things could happen from that one decision. As mothers, we have to think in a whole big circle about how our decisions affect other people.
Right.
And it's not about, am I going to pay my light bill versus am I going to go and buy this pair of boots? This is something very, very serious. And she wasn't thinking. We have to breathe and take a beat when we're making decisions, especially something as serious as this. Instead of going there and talking to her ex and seeing what's going on. You know what I mean? That's what should have been done. Especially y'all, some of y'all may not know, this was at 3 a.m. Not at 7 o'clock in the evening, 3 o'clock in the morning. She's walking around screaming like that and going off and cursing. That's
When the kids should have
accident.
been in the bed. Them kids should have been
Yes,
in the bed.
absolutely ridiculous. And then to go with the camera and showing your father, like y'all said, this ain't the first time this has
That
happened.
cat should have been asleep too. That cat coming in and out that house
The
like
cat
that.
and the dog too. They had the dog running around too. Cat
Yeah.
and the dog.
My thing was, why would you tell TikTok that you did all of that, especially messy TikTok?
You know people don't like you over here. We can't stand your ass. And you sat over there and just did all of that just so you could go back to jail tomorrow. That's sad.
And then she kept saying, y'all have to remember, this is the man who used to beat my ass 20 something years ago. Oh, so were you waiting for your get back? Was this the perfect time for you to get him back? But that's why I said she said way too much. Shut up.
Also,
because if you still carrying something from 20 years ago, it's not looking good.
Also, if he used to beat your ass 27 years ago, why you allowed your grown pregnant daughter and your grandchildren to go over there?
Exactly.
That's volumes about you.
At a certain point in time, we must hold our adult children to be accountable as well. And we must be accountable for our actions.
Right. Right.
And to the end of it all, we would have never known if she had not brought it here. She didn't have to say one thing about it. People maybe in Detroit would have known that it was her, but it may not have gotten here and gotten to this magnitude. You know, when bring stuff here, people go to find out every little crumb about it. You brought it here and you told all of us, so this is what happened. Then you're mad at us, just like the daughter. You went live about it. And then this is what happens.
And also, she didn't get caught till days later. So somebody was talking. Somebody had to tell the cops who the suspect was.
And it seemed like the father is doing okay because I seen a post from him, thanking God that he was doing okay. Then he shared the clip with the story, the newscast, and was like, "Damn, I made it to the news." Like, but he's on the post talking.
He's at home,
But
right?
what if he wasn't okay? What if he got paralyzed?
So one moment, hold that thought, because somebody just sent the facts to the court, and the question is, can FWA husband also be charged as an accessory?
If he was the getaway driver,
yeah,
yes.
But I thought she was the one doing the driving and stuff.
If anybody, her daughter should
let's
be.
talk about this. You take your husband with you to go approach a situation about your daughter, and your husband don't get out to talk to your kid's father, man to man. Couldn't all of this been avoided if the two men could have had a conversation? Could this not wait until the morning where it was light outside? Okay, or can I just send you an Uber and we'll deal with this once the situation is calm?
Exactly. Her husband should have told her, sit your ass right here. We calling the police.
But
sometimes a man got to learn how to be a man and tell her no.
But
we're not doing that at 3 o'clock in the morning.
It depends on the type of marriage they have.
She could have stayed home with
run
the
it.
minor child, and he could have just went to go pick up the pregnant daughter and the grandkids.
But you see the type of personality she has, the type of person she is. She's very strong-willed. She seems like she may be domineering over him. To me, it seems like he's a live-in hostage. So, you know what I mean? Y'all know how she is. She might tell him, "You gonna drive me over there?" Y'all see how loud and how she is, and he's like, "Let me go before she pew pew me." Especially when it comes to her kids.
Didn't have to tell them, officer. She told me she was gonna use the pew pew on me if I ain't dry, cause I can't go down for you, baby.
Facts, Brett.
I mean, if she's listening, I just want to tell her, if I call her friends, if you're listening, I wanted you to think one thing. Please think about one thing. Before you use Lala, and Lala, I have nothing against you, but before you use her as a character witness on what we heard on yesterday, that she's being used as your character witness, think about that. This is your life you're talking about. We can't change anything that doesn't happen. But think about that before you do that. Go ahead, Bella.
I'm glad
Tracy. That was great.
I'm glad you mentioned that because unfortunately, in this type of situation, it is very important of who you have around you. They're either going to pull you away from the clip or help push you over. In this particular case, we are literally watching the people around her push her over the cliff, and even said, "Oh, glad you're back. We had nowhere to go." I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but everybody, and I mean everybody, no one is exempt. If no one has privately hit your phone and said, "Hey man, listen, you fucking up," everybody around her is part of the problem. Y'all worrying about somewhere to go as far as a platform. What platform when she's sitting behind bars? Y'all are literally worried about the wrong shit. Because while she's sitting behind bars facing her reality, y'all gonna be on this app floating around seeing who y'all can sit up under next, if it ain't already a troll page. So respectfully, I wrote everything down that I heard. The creator says no one knew. That is a fact. We didn't know. A lot of us do not live over in Michigan. We didn't hear the news. Okay? That creator brought it here. The creator's child, who admits is 26 years old, said that she made the live public for the world to see. We're part of the world. We seen it. We heard it. Now we're talking about it. Says that her dad never did nothing for her while living in his home, so that way her home can be situated. Said in the audio, "I'm about to tear his house up." Said that my grandparents raised me. This is what the creator child says. Says that the house has bugs, no food, and is not clean while living there. Made it clear, ain't nobody scared of you. This is what the creator child said. Acknowledged is that there was no hot water, no working sink. I have a space available for a juror. The father asked her to leave by repeatedly saying bye. The child says, "You don't scare nobody." The child said there was no food in the fridge. She's going to leave it the way she seen it. Stated that she was waiting for the police. Told whoever she was on the phone with, "I'm in here tearing his shit up." Said that her father put her clothes outside. And even greeted the live by saying, "Welcome to the blank show." I won't say her name. But she stated she never threatened her father. She acknowledges that she is 9 months pregnant and said that she is scheduled to deliver the child in 3 weeks. She acknowledges that the altercation that took place, she says it went too far. She says that they had altercation for years. The child said that she'd been with him since she was 18. But the unfortunate side to hearing that, she stated in the clip that she was only with him for a month. There was many things that the creator that is involved, the things that she said did not match up to what was heard in the audio. Now, they said that there was a police call. I do not have proof of that police call just yet. But I do have questions. since we are speaking to the facts and the facts only. One of my questions is, did the daughter ever call the police to begin with? Was the police ever called by the daughter in question? Jury?
No.
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 But this is the product of poor parenting. Like, this is literally the product. When moms don't be parents to their daughters, this is what happens. You create a hole in their heart that's unfixable.
I can't say if she called the police or not, but I can say that they didn't show up. Why they didn't show up will be a very interesting question of if she called them and why they didn't show up. Because had they been there, this wouldn't have went that far.
But if friends would have just chilled, like, she could have, the whole ride there, she could have just been on the phone with her daughter, just questioning her, like,